Good afternoon and welcome to BWSS, Black Widow Secret Society. It's available at Amazon.com. And today we are discussing chapters 3 and 4. If you were here with me last weekend, we discussed chapter 1 and 3. I'm sorry, 1 and 2. Thank you for being here. And this week we're going to discuss chapters 3 and 4. If you're new to BWSS, Black Widow Secret Society, welcome. Come on in, grab your favorite drink, have a seat, and enjoy it with us. Now, on my social media, I have decided that if you leave me a comment or question, I will respond on next week's show. You can leave me questions and comments. If I can answer them, I'll answer them on my next show. You can reach out to me on all social medias: Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter at First Ladies Mysteries. Also, if you get a copy of my book, you can get that on Amazon.com, or if you're part of the GMAP 1 family, I am a featured author this month, and you can click on the tab. As you can see, there's a copy of the cover. You just click on that and it'll take you to where you need to go to purchase my book. Now, I want to thank everyone for coming and enjoying me. It has been a blast doing this show every week. I've had fun and I hope you've had fun too. So let's get into it. Now, in chapter 1 and 2, we were introduced to the ladies of BWSS. We learned a little bit about Casey Maxwell, who is the owner and president. We learned a little bit about Kendall Rawlings, who is the company's security expert. Anything from backgrounds to making sure that everyone is safe when they come into BWSS. Kendall's your girl. We've also learned a little bit about Sydney. Sydney Bowers is the mother of the group. She takes care of everyone. Whether you need a therapist, whether you need a doctor, whether you need a mom, a nurse, whatever you need, Sydney is there to be of help. And then also we have the new addition to the group. We have Lacey. Lacey Thompson is younger than all the rest of the ladies. And she is treated with the utmost respect as the rest of everyone. But she's protective. Everyone is protective of Lacey because she's the baby. And she's the newest addition. So they make sure that she has everything that she needs. Now, we learned all of this in chapter 1 and chapter 2. And also, we've learned that BWSS is based in New Orleans, the Big Easy, where you got great food, great music, and great people. Anyone that's ever been to New Orleans knows that is the best place to have the greatest fun. If you also joined me last week, you've also learned that I am from New Orleans. It is my hometown. I was born and raised, so this book is a small tribute to that. So now this week, join me in chapters 3 and 4. Now in chapter 3, everyone is introduced to Trina Baker. Trina Baker is a client. Well, actually, I'm sorry, she's a potential client of BWSS. Now, if you have the book and you've read chapter 1, you know that in order to become a client of BWSS, you have to be referred. That is how the process works. So, Trina Baker has passed all the check marks, and now she's having a meeting with Casey and the ladies of BWSS. So now you're introduced to Trina Baker. You're also introduced to her boyfriend, Reginald Brown Jr. Reginald Brown Jr. is also a college student. And just like Trina, he's a rock star in his own. He's a chess champion. He's in pre-med. He has straight A's. And all the girls love him because they know he's going places. But Trina Trina has her own rights. Trina has her own star. She's a track star. She's a straight A student. And she's also has an internship at one of the top clinical retrials company in the world. Hey, these two are going places. These two are the next, as the kids say today, power couple. But there are some things that they need to work out first, which is why Trina sought out BWSS. And now she's about to have her first meeting with them. So that is going to be exciting. So you're going to have to pick up the book to find out what happens. That is BWSS, Black Widow Secret Society, and you can get that on Amazon. Get the book. It is the hottest, most fantastic summer read. You got everything that you can ask for in this book. You got your bad guys, you got your good guys, you got your drama, you got your intrigue, you got your twists and your turns. And every week I give you a tad bit of just what to expect out this book of BWSS. It's not my first book, it's my third publication, but it is my biggest joy. Just like all my other books, I enjoy writing. I enjoy listening to customers tell me what they like best, whether it's their favorite character, whether it's that character they love to hate, or whether it's the fact that they can relate to the subtitles or they can relate to the cities that I mentioned in there, the landmarks they've all visited and they've seen and they love it. So I want you to love it too. So please pick up your copy of BWSS. If you're part of the GMAP family, you can get it on GMAP 1. If you're not, you can pick it up at Amazon.com. And everybody knows we all got Amazon Prime, right? You can get it in 2 days. It won't take you long to catch up with us. And then next week, we can enjoy it all together. And again, you can reach me on my social medias, Black Black Widow Secret Society. You can reach me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok, all at firstladiesmysteries.com. Now, in chapter 3, we explore a little bit about Trina and her background. We also get into her relationship with Reginald Brown. Reginald, his father is a police officer. His mom is a stay-at-home mom. Trina's parents are professionals. These two come from the same background. These two have everything going for them. They have bright futures, they have great parents, they have great family, and they go to an awesome school in Louisiana. How could you not have a great future after that? But as everyone knows, growing up, you have what they call growing pains. You learn what you like, you learn what you don't like, you learn how to make friends, you learn how to tell who your friends are and who's not your friends. And also, that's where you learn how to deal with adult issues. Because everyone knows going away to college is when you experience all of the adult issues that your parents prepared you for your entire life that you never knew or understood until you get to college. That's where you learn how to live on your own. That's where you learn how to balance your budget. That's where you learn how to deal with laundry and social issues and relationship issues and just learning how to depend on yourself. You learn all these things in college because you don't have your parents there to be your safety net. Mom's not coming to clean your room. Dad is not chasing away the bad boyfriend. You have to learn how to deal with those social issues yourself. And in Black Widow Secret Society, I address some of those social issues that you learn when you go to college. See how Trina deals with those issues that she now has to deal with on her own and be an adult, which is why this is such a great read because I believe everyone has someone in here that they can relate to. If you were here with me last week, you know that the biggest plot in the story is based upon domestic violence. Again, I reach out to everyone to know, and I want you to know, I do not take domestic violence lightly. If you were here with me last week, you also learned that I've had to deal with domestic violence issues. So it's not something that's taken lightly. It's not something that we're making fun of, but it is a book of fiction. So I give it a few twists and turns, but I still think you will enjoy it because I still think you will find your character that you can relate to. So give us a few minutes. We're going to take a break and we'll come back and we'll go over chapter 4. I hope everyone is enjoying this. You can get the book on GMAP.com, Amazon.com. Please reach out to me on social media with any questions, comments, criticisms. I accept them all. And then next week, we'll discuss some of the ones on our next show. So please give us a break. We'll be back in a few minutes. So I guess we're back. Hi, we're back. Thank you everyone for joining me on BWSS. BWSS was named after my book, Black Widow Secret Society. It has become synonymous with my name, Stephanie Campbell, and the host of this show. I appreciate everyone for taking time out of their day to join me while we have some fun talking about Black Widow Secret Society. Now, we've discussed the women of Black Widow Secret Society. We've discussed how Black Widow Secret Society has become to be. We've discussed the ladies that work at Black Widow Secret Society. And in chapter 3, I have introduced you to new characters. I've introduced you to Trina Baker. She's a college student. She's a rock star. She's a track star. And she just landed the biggest internship of her life. She has everything going for her. She has a boyfriend. She's living on her own. She has great parents and a great future ahead of her. But being an adult, living on your own, it's a scary thing. And this is the time where you find out just how adult you are about how you handle life situations. Because everyone knows when you go away to college, you no longer have your parents. It's different when you have your parents to call on the phone and you talk to them for a few minutes a day because you miss them, you love them, you catch up on what's going on back home. But it's not the same when you're at home and things go wrong and you have your parents to take care of it for you. You have your mom to hug you and hold you and to wipe away your tears and tell you it's going to be okay. You have your dad, the big strong guy in your life that chases away all the bad monsters up under the bed. But when you go away to college, These are the things that you have to learn how to fight for yourself. Trina Baker has to learn how to deal with the adultness of her relationship with Reginald Brown. And while college life is the best life, there's also those things that don't always go as you plan. So, because they don't, this is why Trina needed the help of BWSS. Casey Maxwell learns of Trina through a referral, which is how the business is run. She only takes referrals, and she only takes them after Kendall has done her job in the background and security checks. So Trina Baker has passed all the check marks and is now embarking on being a client of BWSS. She sits down with a meeting of the ladies and they discuss her issues, they discuss her family, they discuss her future and what she needs help with. Now, it's not too hard to understand. Relationships are hard, whether they're good relationships, whether they're bad relationships, or whether they're friendships, they are hard. They have their ups, they have their downs, they have their triumphs, they have their hard times. And when you're away at college, you have no idea what things will bring to you. So Trina needed a little help, which is where BWSS comes in. Now, once BWSS have gone through all their check marks, they've meet with Trina. They've learned her situation. They've learned where she comes from. They've learned about her parents. And they've decided that they're going to help. So now that Trina has the help of BWSS, things only get exciting from here. Also in chapter 3, you were introduced to Trina's boyfriend, Reginald Brown Jr., the intellectual rock star of college. He doesn't play sports, but he's the chess champion. He's also a debate champion. Reginald is also handsome, and he's in pre-med. Who wouldn't want to date him? Everyone knows when you have those type of skills, you're going to go far, or at least you're supposed to. Reginald is also at college learning how to be his own person, how to deal with his own demons from his family, and how to become his own man. Now, these two are the hottest power couple of the year. Everyone on campus is jealous. But find out, grab a copy of BWSS and find out how Trina and Reginald deal with campus life, adult life, and being away from home for the first time. There's no parents to help, there's no safety net, and they have to figure out how to deal with life as an adult for the first time in their life. Also, find out the women of BWSS. Because as we get into chapter 4, we learn about Sydney Bowers. I've introduced you to Sydney Bowers in chapters 1 and 2. Everyone knows that Sydney Bowers is the mother. She helps everyone. She's the nurse. She's the therapist. She's your mom. She's anyone that you need when you need help. Whether it's a shoulder to cry on, whether it's a place to stay, whether it's money that you need to borrow. Sydney is your go-to person. But in chapter 4, we get into a little bit of Sydney's background. Sydney was raised by her grandmother. So I was raised by my grandmother too, so there's a little tribute to my grandmother. Thank you, Tensie Ducree, for raising me and helping me become the adult that I am. I love my grandmother. She was always there. When I went away to college, I lost her my first year of college. So it was a little difficult for me. But I put a little tribute into BWSS for her. Sydney is the same way. She was raised by her grandmother. And Sydney learned to love, just like anyone knows. If you grow up in a southern town, that is the first thing they teach you is how to love, how to forgive, and how to be a friend. And that is the biggest and the best traits of Sydney Bowers. But Sydney has a difficult time because she has lost her grandmother as well. And she's struggling. But while she's struggling, she's helping everyone else. She has no one to help her. Find out BWSS. Sydney's background. I go into detail in chapter 4. If you get the book, you'll learn how Sydney's background gives you an insight into why she's so helpful, why she wants to help, why she needs to help. You'll learn that in chapter 4 of BWSS. Now, we've already covered chapters 1, chapter 2, chapter 3, and chapter 4. We have great characters in there. And you get to find out how they introduce themselves to each other, how they interact, how their past brings them all together. You also get to learn how being in the Big Easy is so much fun. There's landmarks that you can relate to. And there's a tribute to my life, of course. So you get a little bit of insight into the author. And also the host of your show, me, Stephanie Campbell. But learn this is a tribute to a lot of strong women out there. This book has everything for everyone, though. I'm interested and I am so eager to find out which one is your favorite character. Which one is your character that you love to hate? So please leave me a comment or question on all my social medias. You have Facebook, you have Instagram, you have Twitter, and you have TikTok. Please leave me a message, leave me a question. I'll address them in our next episode. That's next Saturday at 3 o'clock. Join me when we do chapter 5 of BWSS. Now, if there's anyone out there who has any issues with domestic violence, please find somewhere and get help. I want you to know that my circle, my life, I put a little bit in every book that I write, but there's nothing that I take lightly. So I want you to please understand that there's someone out there. There is a way for you to get help. This is very close to me because I've known so many women that has gone through it. So it's kind of a slight tribute to them too. But we as women, we all pull together and we can get through it. So please find someone, find a safe place to go, and there's help. You don't have to deal with it. Get yourself out there and understand that you have to love yourself. And we all love you. Also, God loves you. So please get somewhere, get some help, and change your life. Because I don't want anyone to feel like they have nowhere to go, that they're stuck, because you're not. There's help. You just have to reach out and grab a hand. Now, at BWSS, these are ladies here that are there to help. And they have a very tremendous way of helping and finding clients. I discussed that in 1 and 2. I also go over it a little bit in 3 and 4. And you get to find out how BWSS gets their clients. You find out the processes that they use to help their clients. It also gives you a little insight of how Casey picks her clients. Because although they come through referral, not everyone is accepting of their help. So I give you all of that in BWSS. Like I said, you get intrigue, you get drama, you have your twists, you have your turns, and you have great characters. And it's set in the Big Easy. Come on, who doesn't have fun in New Orleans? It is great. It is the hottest summer of the read. And next week, when you leave me your comments and your questions, I will answer them on air on my next episode of Black Widow's Secret Society. So join me. Let me know what your favorite character is. Let me know which character you love to hate. My GMAP family, I thank you so much for this time. You have blessed me, welcomed me into the family. Thank you so much for embracing me and letting me join the great authors that is featured on gmap1.com. I hope you take the time.